The alarm rings. It is 6:30 a.m. The sun has not yet risen. The house is silent. The world is asleep. But you are awake, and in the quiet darkness of your mind, a shadow looms. It is not a monster under the bed. It is not a ghost in the closet. It is something far more terrifying because it is real. It is that one task, the one you have been avoiding for days, weeks, maybe even months, the report that needs to be written, the difficult conversation you need to have with your boss, the business plan you need to finalize, the cluttered garage you need to clean, the phone call you are dreading. It sits there in the back of your mind like a heavy stone. It drains your energy. It clouds your thoughts. It steals your joy. You try to distract yourself. You check your email. You scroll through social media. You make coffee. You organize your desk. You do everything except the thing that matters. Why? Because it is hard. Because it is uncomfortable. Because it requires effort. Because you are afraid of failure. Or worse, you are afraid of success. Brian Tracy, in his classic productivity manifesto Eat That Frog, offers a simple, brutal, and liberating solution. If you have to eat a live frog, do it first thing in the morning. And if you have to eat 2 frogs, eat the biggest one first. The frog is your biggest, ugliest, most important task. The one you are most likely to procrastinate on. The one that, if completed, would have the greatest positive impact on your life. Tracy's premise is deceptively simple. If you eat that frog first thing in the morning, you can go through the rest of the day with the satisfaction of knowing that the worst is behind you. You will feel energized. You will feel powerful. You will feel in control. But if you hesitate, if you delay, if you let the frog sit there staring at you, it will grow larger. It will become more intimidating. It will consume your mental energy. You will spend the entire day worrying about it rather than doing it. And by the end of the day, you will be exhausted, not from work, but from the anxiety of avoidance. This book is not just about time management. It is about emotional management. It is about courage. It is about taking command of your life. We are going to explore 21 strategies for stopping procrastination and getting more done in less time. We will dismantle the psychology of delay. We will build the architecture of action. Prepare yourself. The frog is waiting. Chapter 1. Set the table. Clarity is power. Before you can eat the frog, you must know which frog to eat. Most people are busy, but they are not productive. They are like hamsters on a wheel, running fast but going nowhere. They react to emergencies. They answer emails. They attend meetings. But they never move the needle on what truly matters. Why? Because they lack clarity. The first step to overcoming procrastination is absolute clarity. You must know exactly what you want. You must write it down. A goal that is not written down is merely a wish. It has no energy. It has no substance. It floats away in the wind of distraction. When you write down your goals, you crystallize them. You make them tangible. You engage your brain in a different way. You create a target. Tracy suggests a 7-step formula for setting and achieving goals. Decide exactly what you want. Be specific. Not, I want to be rich, but I want to earn $100,000 this year. Write it down. Always. Forever. Set a deadline. A goal without a deadline is just a dream. Give it urgency. Make a list. Write down everything you need to do to achieve the goal. Organize the list. Turn it into a plan. Prioritize the steps. Take action immediately. Do something. Anything. Start. Do something every single day. Move toward your goal every day. Consistency is key. Clarity eliminates confusion. Confusion causes stress. Stress leads to procrastination. When you know exactly what you need to do, the fear diminishes. The path becomes clear. The frog becomes smaller. So, take out a pen. Right now. Write down your top 3 goals for this year. Then, write down the one task you can do today that will move you closer to those goals. That task is your frog. Chapter 2. Plan every day in advance. You have identified your frog. Now, you must prepare to eat it. Procrastination thrives in chaos. When you don't have a plan, you are easily distracted. You drift, you react, you let other people's priorities dictate your day. To overcome this, you must plan every day in advance, ideally the night before. Sitting down the night before to plan your next day is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. It allows your subconscious mind to work on your problems while you sleep. You will often wake up with insights, ideas, and solutions. When you plan the night before, you start the next day with momentum. You hit the ground running. You don't waste the first hour of your day deciding what to do. You already know. Tracy recommends the 6P formula. Proper prior planning prevents poor performance. Here is how to do it. Review your goals. Look at your long-term objectives. Identify your frogs. What are the 1-3 tasks that will have the biggest impact? Estimate the time. How long will each task take? Schedule them. Block out time in your calendar for your frogs. Treat these blocks as sacred appointments with yourself. Leave buffer time. Things will go wrong. Plans will change. Leave space for the unexpected. Visualize success. Imagine yourself completing the tasks. Feel the satisfaction. By planning in advance, you take control. You stop being a victim of circumstance. You become the architect of your day. And when you wake up, you don't have to think. You just have to execute. Chapter 3. Apply the 80/20 rule to everything. Not all frogs are created equal. Some tasks are big but they don't matter. Some tasks are small but they change everything. How do you distinguish between them? Use the Pareto principle, also known as the 80/20 rule. This principle states that 20% of your activities will account for 80% of your results. Think about it. 20% of your customers provide 80% of your revenue. 20% of your products generate 80% of your profits. 20% of your friends provide 80% of your support and joy. 20% of your tasks produce 80% of your value. The problem is that most people spend 80% of their time on the trivial 80% of tasks. They answer the easy emails. They attend the unnecessary meetings. They do the busy work. They avoid the vital 20%. To be highly effective, you must identify the top 20% of your tasks, the ones that yield the highest return, and focus on them exclusively. Ask yourself, what is the one thing I can do right now that will make the biggest difference? That is your frog. Ignore the rest. Delegate it. Delete it. Delay it. Focus on the vital few. Ignore the trivial many. This requires discipline. It requires saying no. It requires resisting the urge to clear the small stuff first. But remember, clearing the small stuff gives you a false sense of accomplishment. It feels good, but it achieves little. Eating the frog feels bad, but it achieves everything. Choose achievement over comfort. Chapter 4. Consider the consequences. Why do we procrastinate? Often, it is because we fail to consider the long-term consequences of our actions or inaction. We focus on the immediate pain of the task. This is hard. This is boring. This is scary. We ignore the future pain of not doing it. If I don't do this, I will lose my job. If I don't do this, my health will suffer. If I don't do this, I will regret it for the rest of my life. Tracy urges us to practice long-time perspective. Ask yourself, what are the potential consequences of doing or not doing this task? If the consequences of doing it are positive and significant, it is a high-value task. Eat it. If the consequences of not doing it are negative and severe, it is a high-value task. Eat it. If the consequences are negligible, it is a low-value task. Ignore it. Your ability to delay gratification to endure short-term discomfort for long-term gain is the key to success. Successful people are willing to feel uncomfortable in the short term to enjoy success in the long term. Unsuccessful people seek comfort in the short term and suffer in the long term. Which one are you? When you look at your frog, don't just see the effort. See the reward. See the freedom. See the pride. Let the vision of the future pull you forward. Chapter 5. Practice creative procrastination. You cannot do everything. There are too many tasks, too many demands, too many frogs. If you try to eat them all, you will choke. So, you must learn to procrastinate creatively. Creative procrastination means deliberately choosing to put off low-value tasks so you can focus on high-value tasks. It is not laziness, it is strategy. Look at your to-do list. Half of the items on it are probably unnecessary. They are things you could do, but you shouldn't do. Identify these tasks and then consciously decide to ignore them. Say no. Delegate them to someone else. Automate them. Delete them. Free up your time for the frogs that matter. Tracy says, you can only do one thing at a time, but you can choose which one thing you do. Choose wisely. Stop feeling guilty about what you are not doing. Feel proud of what you are choosing to do. Creative procrastination is the art of subtraction. It is clearing the clutter to make room for the masterpiece. Chapter 6. Use the abcde method continually. How do you prioritize when you have multiple frogs? Use the abcde method. This is a simple, powerful technique for setting priorities every single day. Here is how it works. A. Must do. These are serious consequences if you don't do them. These are your frogs. If you have multiple A tasks, label them A1, A2, A3. Your A1 is your biggest, ugliest frog. Eat it first. B. Should do. These are mild consequences if you don't do them. Answering a non-urgent email, returning a casual phone call. Never do a B task when an A task is left undone. C. Nice to do. No consequences if you don't do them. Having lunch with a friend. Reading a magazine. These are fun, but they don't contribute to your goals. Do them only after A and B are done. D. Delegate. Tasks that someone else can do. Free up your time for your tasks. E. Eliminate. Tasks that are no longer necessary. Stop doing them entirely. The rule is strict. Never move to a B task until your task is complete. Never move to a C task until your B tasks are complete. This forces you to confront your priorities. It stops you from sliding into easy, low-value work. It keeps you focused on the frog. Practice this method every morning. It will transform your productivity. Chapter 7. Focus on key result areas. Why are you on the payroll? What exactly are you expected to accomplish? Every job has 5-7 key result areas, KRA. These are the core outputs that define your success. For a salesperson, the KRA might be new accounts opened. For a manager, it might be team performance. For a writer, it might be words published. If you are not performing well in your KRAs, nothing else matters. You can be great at answering emails, but if you aren't selling, you will be fired. Identify your KRAs. Ask your boss. Ask yourself, what are the 5-7 things that matter most? Then, grade yourself on each one. Where are you weak? Where are you strong? Your biggest frog is usually in your weakest KRA. The area you are avoiding is the area that holds you back. Face it. Improve it. Master it. Your career depends on it. Chapter 8. Apply the law of 3. If you could only do 3 things all day, what would they be? This is the law of 3. Most of what you do is filler. Only 3 tasks truly drive your success. Identify them. Write them down. Do them first. Everything else is secondary. This simplifies your life. It reduces overwhelm. It gives you clarity. When you are overwhelmed, ask, What are the 3 most important things I need to do right now? Then, ignore everything else. Chapter 9. Prepare thoroughly before you begin mise en place. It is a French culinary phrase meaning everything in its place. Chefs prepare all their ingredients before they start cooking. They chop the vegetables. They measure the spices. They heat the pan. When they start cooking, they flow. They don't stop to search for a knife. They don't pause to find the salt. You must do the same with your work. Before you start your frog, prepare your environment. Clear your desk. Gather your materials. Close your browser tabs. Put your phone in another room. Get a glass of water. Remove every possible friction point. Make it easy to start. Procrastination often happens because the barrier to entry is too high. If you have to search for files, if you have to clean your desk, if you have to figure out what to do, you will delay. Preparation removes the delay. It creates a runway for takeoff. So, spend 10 minutes preparing. It will save you an hour of procrastination. Chapter 10. Take it one oil barrel at a time. Sometimes, the frog is too big. It is overwhelming. It looks impossible. You freeze. When this happens, break it down. Take it one oil barrel at a time. This refers to a story about a man who crossed the Sahara Desert. He didn't look at the entire desert. He looked for the next oil barrel marker. He focused on reaching that one marker. Then the next. Then the next. Break your frog into small, manageable chunks. Don't write the book. Write one paragraph. Don't clean the house. Clean one room. Don't solve the whole problem. Solve one part. Small steps reduce fear. They create momentum. Action cures fear. Inaction breeds anxiety. So, take one small step. Just one. Then another. Before you know it, you will have crossed the desert. Chapter 11. Upgrade your key skills. Why do you avoid the frog? Often it is because you lack confidence. You don't feel capable. You are afraid you will fail. The solution? Upgrade your skills. Invest in yourself. Read books. Take courses. Practice. The more competent you are, the more confident you become. The more confident you become, the less you procrastinate. Competence breeds confidence. Confidence breeds action. Identify the skill gap that is holding you back. Fill it. Become excellent at what you do. When you know you are good, the frog loses its teeth. It becomes a meal, not a monster. Chapter 12. Leverage your special talents. What are you uniquely good at? What comes easily to you but is hard for others? Focus on these areas. You cannot be good at everything. So, be exceptional at a few things. Delegate your weaknesses. Focus on your strengths. When you work in your zone of genius, time flies. Energy flows. Productivity soars. Eat the frogs that align with your talents. Delegate the rest. Chapter 13. Identify your key constraints. What is holding you back? Every goal has a bottleneck, a constraint, a limiting factor. It might be a lack of money, a lack of time, a lack of skill, a difficult person. Identify the constraint. Focus all your energy on relieving it. If the constraint is money, focus on generating cash. If the constraint is time, focus on delegation. If the constraint is skill, focus on learning. Relieving the constraint accelerates everything else. Find the bottleneck. Break it. Chapter 14. Put the pressure on yourself. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to push you. You must be your own drill sergeant. Create artificial deadlines. Set high standards. Demand excellence from yourself. Wait for motivation, and you will wait forever. Action creates motivation. Push yourself. Challenge yourself. Stretch yourself. You are capable of more than you think. Prove it. Chapter 15. Maximize your personal powers. You are a biological machine. If you treat your body poorly, your mind will suffer. Sleep well. Eat healthy. Energy is the fuel of productivity. If you are tired, you will procrastinate. If you are sluggish, you will avoid the frog. Take care of your physical self. Rest is not weakness. It is maintenance. Sharpen the saw. Protect your energy. Chapter 16. Motivate yourself into action. Be your own cheerleader. Talk to yourself positively. I can do this. I am disciplined. I am focused. Your self-talk shapes your reality. If you tell yourself you are lazy, you will be lazy. If you tell yourself you are a producer, you will produce. Control your inner dialogue. Inspire yourself. Chapter 17. Get out of the technological time sinks. Technology is a tool, but it is also a trap. Email, social media, news, notifications. They steal your attention. They fragment your focus. Turn them off. Create tech-free zones, tech-free times. Reclaim your attention. Your attention is your life. Don't give it away for free. Chapter 18. Slice and dice the task similar to Chapter 10, but more tactical. If a task is large, slice it into thin slices. Do one slice, then another. Salami slicing. It makes the impossible possible. Chapter 19. Create large chunks of time. Deep work requires time. Block out large chunks of time for your frogs. 2 hours, 4 hours, a whole day. Protect these blocks fiercely. Say no to interruptions. In these blocks, you will achieve more than in weeks of scattered work. Chapter 20. Develop a sense of urgency. Move fast. Speed is a superpower. When you move fast, you get feedback faster. You learn faster. You succeed faster. Don't dawdle. Don't delay. Act with intensity. Bias for action. Chapter 21. Single-handle every task. Once you start the frog, don't stop. Work on it until it is 100% complete. Switching tasks kills productivity. Finish what you start. The satisfaction of completion is the ultimate reward. Conclusion. The taste of victory. You have eaten the frog. It was tough. It was ugly. It was hard. But now, it is done. Look at your day. The sun is shining. The air is light. The weight is gone. You feel powerful. You feel proud. You feel free. The rest of the day is easy. The small tasks are trivial. You glide through them with ease. You have won the morning. You have won the day. And tomorrow there will be another frog. But you are not afraid. You are ready. You know the secret. Eat the frog. Do the hardest thing first. And watch your life transform. Reflection and interaction now. I want you to identify your frog for tomorrow. What is the one task you have been avoiding? Write it down. Commit to eating it first thing in the morning. Share it in the comments. My frog is task. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's eat those frogs together. Go forth. Be productive. Be free. The frog is waiting. Eat it.